Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. First and foremost, thank you everyone who has supported the channel and donated to the charity that I'm hiking for. We have surpassed $3,000 raised since I started my hike, and that's all due to you guys. So thank you very much. If you don't know what I'm talking about or you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe the channel. It is directly supporting the charity that I'm hiking for. If you want more information about the charity and what I'm doing, please see my other videos, and I'll also post a link to the charity right here. So this video is dedicated to and will be remembering the life of Special Agent Nate Schuldheiss. I'm happy with this video that I am able to share a lot more information with you about Nate. Early on in my hike, an individual named Scott, aka Green Feet, who was not only just an AT enthusiast, but he reached out, saw my videos, and said that he was a family friend of Nate. And he then later connected me to Nate's mother. Just a few days ago, I was able to link up with Scott on the trail. He brought us some sandwiches, and I got to spend an hour, which was not nearly enough, but I really enjoyed my time talking with Scott and learning about Nate, and just it was cool to connect. So Nate was a pretty special guy. He graduated from Gonzaga University there in Spokane, where I live, in 2002, and he got his degree in political science. He then went on to attend Roger Williams University School of Law in Bristol, Rhode Island, and he received a Juris Doctorate in 2005. While he was in law school, he was awarded the Legal Fellowship of Clarendon Chambers, Lincoln's Inn, London. And in addition, he served as a legal intern for the Spokane County Superior Court in Spokane, Washington. In 2005, Nate was hired by the Air Force, and he was selected to attend FLETC, which is our law enforcement training. In 2006, he completed the Special Investigators course, and then he was fully credentialed as a federal agent with OSI shortly thereafter. His first assignment, he was assigned to Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska. In May of 2007, Nate volunteered and deployed to OSI Detachment 2411, which was in Balad, Iraq, in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. If you saw my last video, you heard about Special Agent Thomas Crowell. Nate was part of that same incident, and on 1 November of 2007, Nate was killed when his vehicle was struck by an IED, and he was then later awarded the Bronze Star and the Defense of Freedom Medal. So I'm doing this video clip on Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, but I want to say a special happy Mother's Day to Nate's mom. I know it was probably pretty hard to do this, but she put a lot of her thoughts down on paper for me, and expressed what she wanted Nate to be remembered by. So happy Mother's Day to you, Sarah, and I'm glad that we got to connect. I'm gonna just provide everyone with a synopsis of what she relayed to me, but please see the first comment of this video, because I'm going to put exactly what she sent to me, so you have everything in detail about Nate's life. So Nate was born on 25 May in Portland, Oregon, and his dad was an Air Force Lieutenant Colonel who served as pararescue and combat controller. And that's actually how Scott, aka Green Feet, knew Nate and his family, because he was also a pararescueman. Sarah was a high school teacher, and she is now an organizational psychologist. Nathan also had a sister named Erin who adored Nate and just loved his big personality. He was larger than life for, all of his friends and family. Nate's mom, Sarah, remembers Nate as a sort of Renaissance man, in that he was a scholar, a musician, a writer, a poet, an athlete, amongst being a special agent and doing everything that we do in our career. When he started elementary school, he immediately tested for the gifted and talented program. He loved to learn and had some exciting teachers. He read books. Like today's day and age, you have kids that usually play video games and whatnot. Well, Nate didn't do that. While kids were playing video games, he was off reading books. He loved movies as well. His favorite actors were Will Smith and Humphrey Bogart. What I enjoyed learning was that he loved nature, hiking, camping, backpacking. Things like that definitely motivate me being out here, knowing that this was something that Nate would have enjoyed doing. It sounds like Nate had a very warm personality, a good sense of humor. He spent time with his buddies and liked flirting with girls. Very entertaining and creative child. He never tolerated bullies or bullying, which probably made him that much better of a special agent. He made friends with the underdogs and fiercely protected them. Sarah's favorite story is the time he was a senior in high school. He drove a BMW and was extremely proud of that car, always kept it clean and polished. One day on his way home, he saw a freshman standing on the sidewalk by the school after it was pouring out in the rain. He watched a truck with upperclassmen drive by the boy, purposely splashing a huge puddle of muddy water on him and laughing as I sped away. Well, as you can imagine, this made Nate pretty upset. He drove by the boy, found some towels in the car, and offered the young boy a ride home. Sarah asked him, what did he say to the boy? And his response was, "I told him the kids in the truck were jerks. What they did was more about their stupidity than about the boy." And he told him, don't let that moment define him. He then offered the boy, if he ever needed to talk or needed any help, Nathan lended him that hand. So Nathan was a popular, handsome, smart student. And he was always aware that others had challenges in life, and he was their protector, which we need people like that in our career field. So it sounds like Nate had a lot of opportunities presented to him, but he chose joining the ROTC program there at Gonzaga. He knew early on in his life that he wanted to attend law school. When he was 5 years old, he made up his mind that was something that he wanted to do. In his first year at Gonzaga, he discovered rowing and he joined the row team. Water and boats were his passion. He sounds like a very goal-oriented person, and he had the ultimate goal of running for office, maybe Congress or the Senate. He believed in public service, and that is the reason why he raised his hand and volunteered to deploy to Iraq in 2007. He felt that he needed to demonstrate his commitment to his country, and serving Iraq was his choice. Overall, Nathan made everyone better. He made Sarah and his father better parents, siblings better, his cousins better, and all of his friends and family better. Everyone misses him every day, and they honor him by trying to live with the respect and authenticity, by giving back to humanity and being of service in any way that they can. So, like I said, these were Sarah's words that I wanted to share to you. I will put the words in the comment below so you can see them in their entirety. So now I'll just share a few words from Scott and what he remembers and reflects upon Nate. So, as you can imagine, being in special forces, it was probably pretty tough, but like I said, Scott and Nate's dad were PJs together, and they were stationed at McClellan Air Force Base in Sacramento, California, and they lived next door to each other. So Nate and Scott's son played together every day pretty much, and one of Scott's earliest memories was of Nate, and it was kind of a funny incident that I'll share with you. Nate's dad was TDY, and they went fishing apparently Nate and Scott's son. And Nate had he stuck a fishing sinker up his nose and it wouldn't come out. And as you might think, he and Sarah were pretty upset about that. So Scott went over to their house, calmed Nate and his mom down, and then removed the sinker with a pair of hemostats. From that point forward, it was a joke between Nate and Scott as he grew older. So that was just kind of a joke that Scott and Nate shared, and as he got older, he got a little bit more serious, very calm-natured and very smart. And then as he got older, he looked into joining the Air Force, and he joined the ROTC and excelled in that program. In fact, he became a valued member of the long-distance shooting team, and he even competed at national level matches. Once he joined the Air Force, he deployed to Iraq, like I said before. Scott was actually in Iraq with Nate, and he vividly remembers the day that the IED struck him. And the first thing that came to Scott's mind, obviously just a devastating, sad day, but he thought about, the inside joke with the sinker with Nate, and those types of things came to his mind, remembering Nate and his family. Words just can't really express what something like this does to a family, but I'll just say Scott said that it was very devastating for the family, and I really can't even imagine. One thing that, if you've watched my other videos with other agents that were killed by IEDs, because that was the biggest threat in Iraq, and I think I mentioned these EFP types of IEDs were Iranian influenced. And one of the things that Scott pointed out and reminded me of was when General Soleimani was killed. I think it was two years ago or so. That was, in his mind, directly related to the IED that likely killed Nate. So I think that that's worth pointing out and remembering, because that general was responsible for so many U.S. service member deaths in the same manner. Okay, once again, thank you, Scott and Sarah, for sending me your thoughts and letting us all know who Nate was, and we will ensure that his legacy lives on. So everyone, please keep your thoughts and prayers with Nate and his family and friends, and I hope you enjoy the video. This is footage from Harpers Ferry, West Virginia to Duncannon, Pennsylvania. Downtown, stayed at the Town's Inn, which is right there, close to restaurants, taverns, resupply. We're actually taking a bus to Walmart now to resupply, because resupply is not great here in Harpers Ferry. Leaving Harpers Ferry. Bridge at Harpers Ferry's got these locks, kind of like in Paris. Not nearly as many, but Alright, was looking for a sign but didn't see it. But just left West Virginia, officially now in Maryland, which means 5 down, 9 to go. More to come. Interesting place. This is the Dull Green campsite, intended only for backpackers. Busy, as you can see. Alright, not going to film too much today. It's been raining since 4:30 in the morning. I packed up early. Got to get my tent a little drier before heading out, but I just headed out. Rapture's still back at the campground. We're shooting for 18 miles today. And we'll see what happens tomorrow, but we'll be close to his brother's house, and he's going to support us a little bit as we hike. But if it's raining all day, I'm not going to be whipping out my phone. So, more to come. Well, this branch just about came down on me. That's the second time it's happened here on the AT. Lots of rain. Alright, coming up on Washington's Monument. A spinning wheel where all I feel is the ice getting thinner. Step by step, day by day, I'm fighting a winner. Pushed around, I'm nowhere bound, no solid ground. How can I get it back? How can I be strong? And all I do comes out old. I wanna be a saint, but I ain't. I'm far from. My ground when I back down each time. Time is a struggle, little by little, day by day. I'm trying to juggle, losing track, no turning back. I'm running through fire, step by step, day by day, burning the wire. All right, y'all, I am here with Scott, who hit me up, I don't know, I want to say about a month ago. He saw YouTube videos, and he knows Nate, and I'm doing the video about Agent Schuldheiss, is that how you say it?
Right, Nathan Schuldheiss.
Yep, so he knows Nate. He sent me a little bit about him, so I can relay that to all of you. Scott drove out here in the rain and met up with us. Brought us some subs and a big Coke. And I've been chatting with him underneath this overhang here as we waited out the rain. 42 years serving our country. Got to hear some cool stories about him as a PJ. Awesome guy. And look who showed up. Is that Raptor back there? he was a couple miles behind us, so let me stop this and we'll get him in. So again, Scott, thank you for the trail magic. It's awesome to actually be able to meet you and talk to you, and thank you for helping me share Nate's story. It's so important. So.
I'm proud of you, brother.
Thanks.
Proud of you for doing that. That's great. More people need to remember the folks who made the ultimate sacrifice, you know.
Awesome.
You bet.
Not only is he a supporter, he's a very knowledgeable individual about the AT. So he knows all of the hawks, the quicksands. You've been up and down this part of the trail for quite a bit, right?
Many times.
That's right. All right. Well, thank you again.
All right. Thanks. Good seeing you.
I'll start it off.
Hey.
Go. You want to start it off? Go for it, man. Yeah, there you go. Just ran into Sugar Bear here. He looked at me and stopped dead in his tracks. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Is there a bear or something? But it's someone that actually watches my channel. So
you bet.
Shout out to you.
Fellow Air Force here.
Yeah, fellow Air Force. You were at Ramstein, right?
I was at Ramstein.
Cool.
Munitions.
Awesome. Like ammo?
461. I was loading, taking the AIM-9s and AIM-7s and 20 mil to the F4s.
I did that when I first joined.
461?
Well, it was a 2W1. It changed.
462 was the ones that loaded onto the. I was the one that dropped the trailer, and you're the one that picked up the rockets from the trailer and put them on.
We called you guys ammo. We weren't.
Yeah, we were ammo.
Yeah,
ammo 9, ammo 6. That was our call sign to be delivered to.
We used to have a saying called, "If you aren't ammo, you're waiting on them."
Hey, I could say it derivative here, but I'm not good at it.
Nice meeting you, though.
Hey, man. Nice
congrats
meeting
on
you.
your section hike.
Thanks.
Awesome running.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for supporting the channel.
Oh, you're doing great, and keep it up, man.
Awesome. Thanks.
Say hey to your brother.
Yeah, he said I'm funnier. Oopsie daisy.
I didn't say that. I said he was funnier with you. He's not funny without you.
True. All right, more to come, y'all.
See ya.
Did you do that just for me? That's all right. You have a full half mile till camp to dry out.
What? I have what?
I said it's okay. You have a full half mile until camp to dry out.
Yeah.
I thought you did it just for me.
I did not. That was what I got halfway in, and I was like, oh shit! What am I gonna stab?
Well, thanks. Getting to Raven Rock's shelter area for the night. Hold the pose.
It's this big sexy twin.
Morning, y'all. Started out our morning with a lot of rocks, as you can see behind me. That is the trail. So I had a nice rock scramble down. It was a chilly night last night, 40 degrees. Plan today is to do 24 miles to, I think it's called Bonfire Burgers. Hopefully meet up with a guy, or two guys that we've been hiking with, Yak Track and Pneumonia. We'll get a burger and a beer there, and then Rapture's brother is gonna pick us up, which is nice because tomorrow it's calling for rain all day. So we'll be able to lighten our loads, and then we'll have a roof over our heads at the end of the night. Should be hitting the Mason-Dixon line here shortly, and I'll check back with you then. More to come. This is a much better trail. Mileage is a little off, but hey, it changes every year.
Action.
Are y'all fixing to meander north to Maine another 1,000 miles? Let's go to the Waffle House and get some sweet tea. Are you busting my balls? These wise guys are heading north. They're gonna go to the deli, maybe go to town, get a slice. Everyone up north is so rude. Forget about it. That's all I got.
All right, 6 down, 8 to go. Officially in the north, out of the south. If you didn't catch on with my subpar cameo there of stereotypes between the north and the south. Welcome to Pennsylvania, y'all. More to come. Heading up to Chimney Rocks, a little Blue Blaze trail off the AT. Alright, just finished 22 miles into Pennsylvania. Headed to Bonfire Burgers with a bunch of others that we're hiking with, and that's where we're meeting Rapture's brother. He's gonna pick us up and support us for the next couple days. More to come. All right, back on trail. Heading to hit halfway today. Is that the new ultralight version from Chick-fil-A?
Both the pack and the coffee cup.
Yes, I'm definitely noticing the weight difference. More to come. So the past few days, just been thinking a lot about the past 2.5 months. We're hitting halfway today, which I'm very excited about. But just reflecting, you know, since I started the hike, and want to thank all of the support along the way, because there's certainly been no shortage of it. We'll start with my wife, you know, just supporting me from the get-go. And then, you know, all of my family, really. My mom, my grandma, who have supported the charity. My brother for coming out and supporting me that first week, giving me more confidence in this whole endeavor, really. Katie and Scott for looking over the van, thank you. And thank you for, you know, checking in every once in a while and supporting me and offering words of encouragement. Colonel Law for driving my brother and I out to Springer so we didn't have to worry about making those arrangements. Let's see. Sheepdog, Sarah, for putting us up after a much needed break in the weather after getting dumped on Pond Mountain. Nicole and Dan for putting us up for 2 days and stuffing our bellies and helping us slack pack a little bit. Scott Greenfeet, thank you for meeting us on the trail and giving us that lunch and just sharing stories. Jeff, for coming out and spending the night in the woods with us. Again, things like that motivate me. Gives me something to look forward to. And now the latest, Mark, Raptor's brother, for putting us up for the next few days and supporting our hike through this section of the AT. It's crazy to think about that we're almost halfway through this journey. It's kind of bittersweet. One more shout out. Actually, I can't mention him by name because he didn't want to be mentioned, but the friend, colleague of mine who has made some significant donations to the charity. Thank you, brother. I don't know. I think this is going to be emotional, just getting to the halfway mark. We're right at, 2.5 months. So, looking like end of July if we keep the pace and nothing slows us down or nothing bad happens. So, we'll see. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like we've gone further than half. I think it's just because lately we're kind of burning through states when we're stuck in Georgia Virginia for 540 miles. Now it just seems like we're making a lot more progress with these smaller states, but I don't know. I'll check back in with y'all once we hit the halfway mark. More to come. Almost forgot, Camo and his wife. Thank you guys back in Hiawassee for hooking me up with that phone charger and driving my brother and I into Hiawassee. That was awesome. Shout out to my cousin Mike as well for putting me up in the B&B. That was awesome. Cousin Abigail, she's reached out a couple times to see if I need anything. Thank you. Just overall, the support has been awesome. And then last but not least is everyone who has donated to the charity that I'm hiking for. Thank you guys very much. If we can have just as successful of a second half of this hike, I think we'll be right on target for reaching our goal. So thank you again. got to the Quarry Gap Shelter. Hats off to the hiking club here, because this is probably the nicest shelter area that I've seen. They definitely put some time into it. Flower baskets. Got this little German theme going on here. These are for tents. I don't have the right stakes for them. I don't know if this is something I need to buy if we're gonna see more of this, but I guess I'll have to figure that out. Very nice. Alright, we are officially past the halfway mark for this through hike. Raptor and I really didn't know what to expect. So we ran into this one, like, 2x4. It was in the ground with a bear on top and it said COVID-19 bear, halfway mark. It just didn't seem like that was the official marking for the halfway point, so we pushed on a little bit further and then ran into the halfway mark for a 2018 hike and snapped a photo of it, just to, so we weren't sure what it actually looked like, and we haven't seen anything since. So I guess that was the halfway point. A little anticlimactic. I was planning to do a video at the marking, but we're definitely past it now, so kind of a bittersweet moment. Feels really good to know, and accomplish half of the trail, and we, for the first time, have less miles in front of us than behind us. But at the same time, that just means that this adventure is that much closer to being over. Now I'm just thinking about this half-gallon ice cream challenge and hoping my stomach can handle it. So we've been hiking really fast today, probably the fastest since on trail. Did 10 miles in about 3 hours and 20 minutes. But yeah, second half of the trail coming up. Should be all downhill from here, right? More to come. Here we have Vanna. It's more impressive than the halfway marker.
Definitely more impressive than the halfway marker. 1100 miles.
All right, this is what we were looking for. Way past our actual halfway mark, but there you have it. This is the iconic halfway mark.
And this one's been here for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
So that's probably
trail being rerouted, all that. But how's it feel to be halfway?
Better to be halfway than quarter way. Better to be, yeah.
It's a little bittersweet. Huh?
Yeah. And
yeah. It's all down
to an end already.
Yeah, that's the hard part. But it's all downhill from here, right?
Well, it's been all downhill from Clingman's Dome.
Sure doesn't feel like it. Alright, we are at the Pine Grove Furnace General Store doing something extremely stupid. We are doing the half-gallon ice cream challenge. Has anyone finished yet? No.
He's probably the closest.
Well,
to being finished?
Yeah.
Because you've already done your...
you threw last year, so you're experienced, right?
Yeah.
This is all about the experience.
Yep. Thank God we're not hiking after this. So, quick introductions. This is Pneumonia. You threw last year, right?
Yeah.
Already know Peps, Kiko. Briefly met Whisperer. And the man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, Brad. And of course, Grumpy Cat here.
Of course.
More to come.
Like, I'm proud of you, but at the same time...
I'm not.
So I got you guys in the back of the picture. Is that okay?
It's okay.
Okay, I just wanted to.
I was gonna meddle with the spoon.
Oh, dude, your fingers.
Your fingers.
Judges?
Drink it.
Alright.
You're good.
It's not that bad, is it?
It's not bad, but it's not good.
Was that it?
Yeah, I'd say.
Well done,
Got a
sir.
little bit. Thank you.
I got that much left. I don't know what
I
you're
still got
doing here.
a pint and a little bit. We're getting it though.
You put your puffy on though halfway through. That's a good strategy.
Half gallon challenge. Captain America.
2,600 calories. Piece of cake. Until I throw up later.
Well done.
Judges.
How long did it take? I'm curious.
I had to look.
Very good, sir. So Grumpy Cat's the only one that didn't do it. And he's the big bad special forces guy. Alright, just got dropped off by Tom at the Pine Grove Furnace Store where we did our ice cream challenge yesterday. Rapture and I are trying for a 25-mile day today. All is well. Survived the ice cream. Really didn't affect me at all. I guess I now have a bulletproof stomach from being on the trail for 2.5 months. Because went back to Tom's last night and demolished like 7 or 8 pieces of pizza. So raining right now, but hopefully it'll clear up later. Nice and cool, 55 degrees. More to come. So since Harper's Ferry we've definitely been running into flip-floppers. And for those of you who aren't hikers, if you remember my first video, these are the people that start in Harpers Ferry or somewhere along the trail and hike north and then come back to a point where they start and then hike south. A lot of them start in Harpers Ferry because that's the unofficial halfway point on the AT. Ran into a group of flip-floppers our first day out of Harpers Ferry. This one lady had no idea how to set up her tent. Blows my mind, especially since she spent like $700 on the tent. But they were only doing like 4 or 5 miles a day. And then one thing I've really noticed that I just hadn't really noticed until we ran into some of these flip-floppers is how fast and how strong we are. Just blowing past them in that one outside of that bonfire burgers joint, walking for a little bit, and then once we hit an incline, just kind of took off. So I guess it just tells me what 2.5 months of hiking will do to my legs and overall physical strength. It's pretty cool. It's gonna suck getting off the trail. I don't know how I'm gonna keep this up, but interesting to see. The other thing I was just thinking about, I keep hearing about this 17-year cicada problem that's gonna happen, but the way we're doing miles, I'm wondering, I mean, we might be out of Pennsylvania here in a week and a half or so. I'm not sure those cicadas go much further north than that, so it'll be interesting to see if we get to experience that or not. I don't know. Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania. All right, we just hit 20 miles for the day, and there's a few road crossings coming up where Raptor's brother could pick us up, but the terrain looks pretty good. for the next 11 plus miles. So we have just decided to attempt our first, and probably only, 30-mile day. So it'll be right around 31.2 if we push and make it. Right around 7.5 hours for 20 miles. So if we do 10 and 3.5, that puts us finishing right around, I don't know, 7 or so. So it should still all be daylight, but we'll see. More to come. Alright, it took me about a month and a half to do my first 20-mile day, and I seem to remember thinking, well, that sucked, but people do 30, and I wondered if I could do that. What did we just do?
I have 30.7.
So we just did our first 30. We're not doing that again. Whose idea was that? No, so tough day. I don't think we'll do that again, but today.
But we did it.
But we did it.
Southern PA is nice and flat, so that helped.
Yes.
I mean, there's a couple hills, but overall, relative to the rest of the trail, southern Pennsylvania around Carlisle's flat.
Yeah. It's 30 miles, so it's still tough. So today is dedicated to you, Special Agent Nathan Schuldheiss. Rest in peace, brother.
Rest in peace.
All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for this video. Almost into Duncannon, Pennsylvania. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, this is dedicated to Special Agent Schuldheiss. Until Valhalla, please keep family and friends in your thoughts and prayers. Happy trails, everyone. And I'll catch you in the next one. More to come.